This is recording just for our little group, our prosperity team. I often have to put it on YouTube, but it's a private link. Only people with the link can view it. So we just like to record, and sometimes we just say magic on this call that you want to go back and remind yourself of. So Freedom Friday calls are a lot less structured than the Money Monday calls. They're really all about sharing and declaring what happened for you this week. And by doing that, sometimes the witnessing, the magic, the power of the group, like you hear it a different way. It reflects and bounces off each other in a different way. And we go to a deeper level. So I considered, not doing the Freedom Friday calls this round because, 2 calls a week is a lot. It's a lot of commitment. But they were just so deep and juicy last year that I couldn't possibly give them up. So the space is ours to create and ours to receive. And it's really about just seeing who shows up. Sometimes I have a little prompt to send us into some breakout rooms. But if it's a small group like this, we can often just stay and, chat together. So, yeah. Let's just take a breath to arrive here. And sort of internally, at a body level, open to that space of what is possible to happen right now. Just how much am I willing to receive in the next hour? And I open just a little bit more, still staying in that stretch, pleasurable stretch realm. And as you're here inside with your attention on yourself, receiving, feeling the openness, just checking in, is there anything surprising that I want to share? Maybe you came to the call already thinking about what you would share, and we definitely want to share that. And is there anything else? Wants to jump up and say, me too, me too. Share me too.
My dog's being needy, so everybody meet Raleigh. This is Raleigh.
He's the one saying, me too, I want to share.
But I'll share. So I like singing, and I like learning stuff on my ukulele, and I don't bring it out as often as I would like to, but it's always good, and so that opened something up for me. So I learned 2 more songs this morning, which was really fun. And also I feel like I got something. I am therapying myself out right now. I'm seeing 2 one-on-one therapists and a group therapy thing and this and an energy work nutritionist person. And I'm just trying to get all this trauma out of my system. And so the song was really helpful for me as part of that. So I reached out to, so I'm a canoe guide. I reached out to Fia, who's a musician that I really love. She lives in Stockholm, Sweden. And I wrote her in September, just on an off chance of like, well, maybe she's coming to the US sometime. And she was like, I really want to make this happen. Reach out again at the beginning of the year. And, that could have been any time in the last several weeks, but I haven't been able to motivate to just write the message saying, hey, what do you think? So she's going to be here in the US for all of September, and September 12th through 19th, we're doing a trip.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So she's gonna lead it with you?
Yeah.
Oh,
So that'll be
wow.
my second folk singer to do, like fairly well-known folk singer to do the trip with. And then John Rodell, who is this poet that I really love. He and I are doing a trip, but I've been putting off the whole, like all I had to do was put together all the information that he sent me and send it to my web person to get it on the website so we can start marketing it. And I've had it for like a month and a half. So I did that this morning. I sent it, got it all together, did some editing of photos and stuff for the page. So, and I learned 2 new songs.
Amazing.
Yeah, so something broke through. And also like actually opened some of my mail that's been piling up for my insurance, and realized that, and it then called my insurance because I needed to clarify this letter that I got from them and stuff. And so it was productive. And so that's good. I feel like the block is raising and the song was helpful. So that's my update.
Yay. Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah, a bunch of inspired actions over there. Feels good. Feels like some, like, I don't know, famous people energy, and also some really practical, like opening mail. Practical.
I have a lot of that.
Yeah, like that's a really nice range.
Not good. 6 months of just unopened mail. Like I don't do that usually. But yeah. So
thank you, Lauren. Beautiful. What else is going on out there? Teresa, did you say you were ready to share some goals?
Okay, yeah, I'll share. Okay. So when we were doing the check-in, I was feeling like what I was really wanting is just some unconditional love, acceptance, clarity. Yeah, just, really getting clear on what it is that I'm here for. And so I have been listening to a book called Letting Go, and it's amazing. And so I've been really working on letting go of a deep wound in myself that's around money. And it has to do with my family. And I got triggered by it early in January. And yeah, I know that it's been there a long time, and it may be even I can kind of see that I really want to, because I feel like there have been times when I have been able to let this go, but I'm still getting triggered by it right now. And what it is that in my family, I am very successful, have been very successful. My husband was very successful. We had a lot of our material needs met, financial needs met. We I guess in there and so because of that, sources to my brothers, and that I'm not as important or lovable, and I'm so sick and tired of feeling this way when it comes to money. And I just, like right now, she's demanding that I pay them to keep my horses at her ranch. And she wanted me to pay to have the motorcycle, which she just took back because I'm not willing to use her boat and he doesn't pay. And it's like, well, he doesn't have money. And I'm like, well, that makes me, different and not part of the family. And I'm just so sick and tired of this wound. And I just want to heal it once and for all. So that, because I know that's what's blocking me from really receiving
I know it's tough. Teresa, you're going in and out of sound here. And luckily, I know a little bit of Teresa's story. So thank you for sharing vulnerably here. So to recap a little bit and fill in the parts of the sound we may have lost.
I
Hey, can you try talking without the video and see if that helps?
Sometimes that helps. So that I
Cannot hear you.
But
Yeah, I don't think she can hear us either. Teresa, can you hear us?
anyway, so can you hear me now?
Can you just turn
in and
yeah.
out of sound?
Yeah.
Maybe if you turn off your
What's that?
video,
Hear me?
it's very spotty. We can hear that
Okay.
you're
Yeah.
there. Yeah, try
Okay.
out your video. There we go. Give it a go.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yes,
Is
totally
that better?
Yes.
way better. Okay. So
I'm so sorry. I did pull over, but
Good. I think that'll help too.
okay.
Uh-oh, but maybe not enough. Can you hear us, Teresa?
So let's see.
Oh,
Yes, I can hear you.
okay. So if I can recap your story in 1 minute for these ladies, since I know a little bit, it's that so far you have somewhat of a story that the money that you have makes you actually the odd one out in your family. And it feels like that always makes you different. And in fact, in some ways it makes you feel less than because you don't get as much generosity from your mom.
Mm.
So it feeds that wound. But you're saying this is what you're here to heal. She says she can hear us. We just can't hear you right now.
Can you hear me now?
It's very, we can hear what you're saying, but
Hear
it's
me now?
it
garbled, that's
sounds
the
a
word.
little bit like
garbled.
this. Can
all
you
garbled.
getting it mostly,
right.
but yeah.
Let's see if we can bring the energy down. I know that's like, I don't know,
Mm.
gets a long shot, but see if we can feel the,
Yeah, bring it in to ground it.
yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm
Oh.
so sorry. Let's
Oh.
just move on to some.
All right, maybe you can share in the chat or you can share
Yes.
even on the Facebook wall, but if you want to share right now while you're pulled over, you could put it in the chat for us.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
hear that.
Okay, so I'm so sorry. I tried to pull over, but okay, now I've got 3 bars. So let me pull over here.
There
See
we
if
go.
that works. Yeah, so just, I feel like that's what's really blocking me from seeing the financial income coming in. So, I'm at this place where I have my financial needs met, but I would really like to make enough money to pay what bills are going out. Even though I have enough money in there, it's like, I want to know that I can really manifest this for myself.
Yeah.
And so, if I can manifest like an income, a steady income coming in, to cover my expenses each month with what I want to do. I think that would be huge for me right now. And I think that what I'm seeing is that this wound is what's really blocking me from receiving it, from really seeing that happen. So that's where I'm at. And I'm like, whoa, I'm like, it's becoming more and more clear to me, even as I speak to you guys, that this is why I'm here. This is why I'm here. To clean
really
this
powerful.
up once and for all, that, if they ask me for money, it's like, I'm not going to get triggered by it. And I'm going to be able to let it go, let them have it without any expectations.
That's amazing, Teresa. And can I tug at this thread a little bit?
Okay.
I just wondered if you had any luck with either the seeing this in 3 parts, like good, better, best,
Uh-huh.
Or on the, like, another question could be, did you have any luck singing about it a little bit, bringing some lightness to it, making it a game?
Yes. Yeah, I struggled with the singing about it. I did try to sing about it, but I was singing more about the dollar amount.
Mm-hmm.
And so I was really having a hard time really allowing myself to connect and embrace a specific dollar amount.
Right, because
But
it doesn't seem as juicy as the healing of the wound.
right. But now that, and I just uncovered this morning talking to my mom.
Wow.
So I think because I uncovered this and got clarity around it, the dollar amount right now doesn't feel as constrictive. It feels like I can commit to, yes, this is what I want. Good, better, best. So the break even was like 16,000 over the 22 weeks. And then
great.
the good one was, I think it was 20. And then the best was, I think, 30. So that's, and it's feeling like I can see it more and connect more to the dollar amount because I've identified what it is I'm really wanting to, what I really need to do to get to that point. Does that make sense? Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, those numbers feel really good. And
So
I wonder if there's a, like, good, better, best of the emotional healing too. Like, what would it look like to be break even around this
yeah.
wound?
I think,
Are you guys kind of feeling that for her? Like, this is a big deal.
yeah.
So to kind of chunk it down and watch
Yeah.
her progress might be really helpful for you, Teresa.
Yeah, I think I will think about that. But I think the best would be that, you know, that I can, like, they're asking me for $500 a month to board my horses at their place. And there's a part of me that thinks like, well, you're expecting this of me, but you're not expecting it of other family members. And not only that, you're giving to other family members. So I think being able to just give this money over without feeling any resentment or animosity would be the break even.
Wow.
And then beyond that would be feeling good that I can pay them for the service instead of somebody else for the service. And then the best would be like being able to give more than what they're asking and feel love and acceptance and wanting the best for them would be the best. Does that make sense? Whereas I think right now where I'm in this place where it's like, oh, here's your fucking $500. I hope you fucking choke on it.
Right.
You know, because you're demanding it from me and if you're not letting me give it out of love and because I want to give it to you. And if I can get to that place where I can give it without any expectations, without like any animosity, that would be like the best thing for me because I know this is what's stopping me.
Yeah. Oh my
From
gosh,
really being able to
Teresa.
ask my clients for the kind of money that I feel like I deserve for my service.
That's right. That's right. I can feel it like kind of cleaning up and lifting resistance. Well, actually, I meant to say resentment, but I said resistance from every money interaction that you do. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I just got goosebumps as I just did that. That was so, I'm sorry for being like, so like,
I appreciate you showing up real, Teresa.
real about it. But I mean, it's just, this is where I'm at. This is like, I'm so over this. I'm so over it.
You just laid out your game beautifully. Okay would be giving with neutral, no resentment, right?
Yeah.
Good would be to pay them and say, and feel good about, hey, I got to pay somebody, might as well pay my family, feel good about it. And great would be paying them more and really wanting what's best for them, maybe doing a little more or less, whatever is best for them. Yeah. And seeing their, that feels really good.
Yeah, because that's sort of like having that unconditional love and really letting go of the material piece of the
Yeah,
money, you know.
that is so huge, Teresa. And I mean, what a great example. Anybody else on the team that's watching this later, or if you have some kind of emotional goal that you're trying to unlock, Teresa, that was such a beautiful example of the different layers that, we've been down this road before. We know we're going to walk through some layers. So those, you named 3 of them, and you put those 3 milestones along the way. So then you can kind of check in where you're at today. Because having a 3-layer goal means that if one of the layers feels overwhelming or too much today, being happy or setting your sights on a different layer is great. And if you're past that layer today and you need to set your sights on a higher layer, and that's really the stretch for you, then you have these 3 different markers that you can continue to stretch and see where your muscles are at around it today.
Thank you so much, you guys, for letting me share this and let me just, get it out and process it. I'm excited to get home so I can get on my computer and get on the Facebook and really share a lot more of this with all of you. So, because I think it's big, it's huge, and so thank you.
I love it. And you just said get home.
Yes, get home. Yes, get to my home.
Your new home in Florida. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Oh, thanks. You guys are the best.
Feels great. All right, Miss Catherine over there. How's Boone?
Boone is fine.
There we go.
I can't say it's so much. It's one of the things that I have been doing is I can really relate to Teresa, and maybe what I share can help her, or she can look into it. And that is this whole wound of worthiness and valuing my work and being worthy and being right. Okay, so. This month of January has been quite interesting, or end of December, and it'll continue until I finish some of these. But I think I must have signed up for about 4 or 5 different programs.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but they're little. But one was on the worthiness quotient. One was on 22 days of success. Another one is 21 days of a human design reboot. Another one is this witch program. We're healing the witch wound. And there's another one, I don't remember. And then this one. Okay, so 5, right?
Wow. Yeah.
And so it was, because Mercury and Venus are both retrograde, so it's like going, I am re-looking at what I have missed somewhere that's stopping me from being successful. And so I feel worthy. I've done this whole thing with worthiness for me to be alive, but not for worthiness for my business. So I purposely am going through this worthiness quotient thing. And every single program with this is talking about, and this is where may help Teresa, and I do this all the time. I've done this, I've written programs on it, of going back to the inner child and seeing where is she's our inner child is the part of us that feels our emotions. And they're the ones that can be stuck at 4 or 6 or 8 or whatever age we are. And so, going back to hearing all this stuff my mom used to say about being in business and not having a business and playing it safe, go be a teacher, all that kind of stuff. And, working to get her voice and all the limiting beliefs. And so it's literally what I've been doing is getting rid of the limiting beliefs that I've had about myself and myself being in business and being able to be successful and being able to say, to claim, yes, I am an intuitive. That's what I do. That's who I am. And I am a projector, and we're helping the evolution of the planet. This is a big thing, and to not that it's better than anybody else, but to claim it and to own it and to be into my power. Okay, that's where I'm coming from. So the interesting thing is that this week I'm at the gym, and 3 different people that I have seen and known, for a while now. One is new, but the other 2 I've known for not no, but we exercise together. They're kind of near my spots, that kind of thing. 3 of them asked me, "What do I do?"
Wow.
And then when I talked about, and I was talking to the one about her sister being ill, and I commented about energy healing and Reiki and blah, blah, blah. And she came over to me after class last night and said, "Do you have a card?" So 3 different people have asked me for my card, and it's simply me just showing up. But what I'm thinking is I must be showing up differently, in the sense that I'm feeling that value and that worth that I didn't embody before.
Mm-hmm.
And so, am I working on my inner child? Oh yeah, she likes the song thing, by the way.
Oh, she does.
Having a real good time with that. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
cool.
And the other thing that I've been doing a lot of, which also may help anybody else listen to this, is I have learned tapping years ago. I mean, my gosh, in hypnotherapy school, we learned tapping. And that was like 20 some years ago. Anyway, but because it's a really big thing with Karen Curry Parker and her human design stuff. So I just said, you know what, I'm going to give that a shot. And so I've been playing with the tapping to, tap the meridian points to clear these old beliefs like, trauma or whatever it is, unworthy, lack prosperity, or lack consciousness, that kind of stuff. So I've been working on that too. So it's just been, and I put out something. And so last week, and now some former clients are coming back to want to work, not in a full package, but in a different kind of package. And, that's okay. Now it hasn't broken into new ground yet, but, hey, this is just, it's how we all hear and we know it's an inside journey first. Mm-hmm. You do the inner work, then it comes outer, and you see the outer results. And so I've been seeing, as I've been sticking with this, that the more I do the inner work, it's being modeled, it's being mirrored back to me in the outer. So it's really kind of cool. And and when this really lady said something to me today, and it was just fascinating. So I don't know, it's kind of interesting.
It sounds like a fun week, actually. I thought it was going to feel overwhelmed with all the programs, but you sound like you've been.
I'm taking my time. Am I behind on several of them? Yes. Does it matter? Because they're evergreen. Doesn't matter. Who cares, right? Who knows whether I'm on top of it or not? Me. And I'm not pushing myself. I'm doing what feels right. And I'm making sure that I meditate and do various things. And the tapping and the different affirmations and the journaling with my inner child, the journaling with the divine. I do have to do the homework. Definitely. Mm-hmm. It's keeping me busy. But when I didn't have like tons of clients, it's like, well, what the heck? This is how I can use my time to benefit me, that as I benefit myself, it'll bring me clarity. It'll bring me whatever I need, like confidence, or shifting my up-leveling my energy and my, shifting limited beliefs. So it can't hurt, it's like we got to do the work. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We can't, it doesn't just happen.
That's right. That's right.
So I have been working quite hard, but it's kind of fun. I'm not saying
in a following inspired way.
It's like, just finding, how like the song and the tapping stuff, that doesn't really take all that long. I can do it anywhere. So as I'm waiting to like go laundromat, so it's like I'm waiting, and so I'm in the car and I'm just singing my little song.
Yeah, good.
That kind of thing. So and the other thing I found, this goes more not with hypnotherapy, is singing in the morning, but so that kind of goes to the day, but then sing it at night before you go to bed, because then that kind of gets that thinking.
It does.
While we're sleeping. So that's the deal.
I'm so happy you felt the connection, especially of your inner child, to the singing.
Oh, she's huge.
Yes,
she's huge.
Yes.
It's huge. The inner child, most people don't realize how, that's where our wounds are. That's where we've been hurt and betrayed, where we've been abandoned, where we don't believe, like, if how many children have the cheerleader parent that like you are with Phoenix? Not so many. And, in my generation, we didn't. And so what you do is basically the only one that can do it is us. It's like, we get to go back and reparent that one ourselves and love them unconditionally, because that's what they're wanting. And as soon as they feel comfortable and they know they're loved unconditionally, and see, I have that in me, but not so much with the business. So it's
That is
another
a great
layer.
catch.
It's another layer. I mean, I intentionally signed up with, I wasn't going to, I'm already doing this. And I said, no, I'm going to do it from the perspective of, I'm going to really focus on my inner child and my business, because that's where I was.
Yes. So that leads me to my question, Catherine. Do you have your goals? And I know they're going to be business goals.
Oh yeah, I mean, well, I have my money goals.
Yeah.
Do I have specific business goals? Not completely.
That was an assumption I made, but
right.
it almost
the verdict is still out. I mean, it's like, I know I'm thinking and so I'm like, the divine had given me the invitation. I haven't really gotten it as an outer invitation, so I've been a little hesitant. But I'm thinking I want to do some type of summit, not call it a summit, but do a summit. Set it up in a way that's playful for me, that my inner child can really get super excited about. And the area that I'm thinking of is ascension, but with the connection with the nature guardians, the like dragons, unicorns, fairies, all the elemental types of trees, because the thing is like, though that kingdom helps bring back the balance to the earth. And so we can talk about all the either that, or I'm going to do a course, maybe an evergreen thing or whatever, I'm not sure, on groundedness, because I have to work on it.
I'm getting this intuition to invite your business to play this game.
Okay.
Free ticket, by the way. And I want to say either your business or the businesswoman in you. I'm not sure which one. Who wants to play? The business or the businesswoman in you? Who still can be connected to your inner child, still connected to you, your intuition, your big, playful fairy self.
Okay, that makes sense. I mean, that's it. Since it's the second time around, to play around with it a little differently.
And you can still play too.
Right. No, I get that. But I think it's the businesswoman. She's the one, because it's me. I mean, so it's not, I'm waiting until I feel ready, until I'm psyched, I'm excited. I mean, it's going to be like, I'm really motivated, because, I as a projector don't have any energy channels of my own. So I've got to get the invitation so that the energy is there. So I'm not trying to resist it. I'm just waiting to see, where am I super joyful?
Yeah, that feels good. That feels good. Try it on. See, just even that businesswoman word, when you said it, I got a little, it's almost like she woke up and she was like, yes, what can I do for you? Yes, am I needed? Am I ready? Am I on?
She's Well, it's interesting because one of the games is about your us, and it's similar to some one of the things we did in the game last time. I don't know if we're doing it again, but it was embodied, well, assuming taking on your millionaire identity. And that could be a mage, it could be a healer, I mean, whatever, there's 22 different categories. And so that piece is still being a little elusive. But it goes along with the businesswoman part of me, because it's that it's literally where, like, we, you know, you walk it, what would she eat, what would she wear, how would she walk, how would she move, and it's totally embodying that identity.
Yes.
And it's not completely clear yet, but that is something that that businesswoman in me really wants to come. She wants, it's not only to come out and play, is she wants to merge with whatever that
millionaire
high
identity.
priestess or whatever part of me that is. I've been in sessions this week or whatever, I've been trying on different hats. And I think it's, instead of being one or another, I think I almost have to kind of merge a couple of them. So that's why it's taken a little, it's not one hat has felt like clicked where I resonate, where it's right.
Right.
So I'm playing.
You're in the juicy soup. You're noticing the parts. Yeah.
Yeah, and that is
Thank
really
you.
helpful. So I appreciate this forum where we can share this. That's why, you know, yeah, I mean, it doesn't matter that it's a little group. You get a lot out of it. So,
awesome.
So that's where we are. And I thank you for the invitation for the businesswoman to play. We'll see how she does.
Yeah, if she needs another name, if she wants, you know, anything she wants, we're here, or she can join.
Cool. Thank you.
Very cool. Thank you. Yeah, I was resonating with a lot of what everybody was saying. The song was so helpful to me. That's why I brought it to the first week, because I was starting to sing it a few days ahead of time. And it was so helpful because I am really in this program with Leandra that we were sharing about. I am really in my business numbers right now and trying to make my big months, like, you know, spread out over the lesser months or the months where I'm more working, because when I get full with clients, then I don't take on as many clients the next week, a month or 6 weeks or so. So it really is an up and down. And so I am ready to declare my numbers today, which is great. But what I started saying was the song is keeping it light for me. It really is. As soon as I want to go dive in and be like, is that the right thing on the spreadsheet? Is that the right number? Are these numbers really right? And that is the questioning. I wish it was a curious questioning, but it's not. It's a doubtful questioning. As soon as that voice comes in, I'm like, wouldn't it be nice? You know, it just lifts me up out and gets me in playful mode. And then I can come to my numbers from a different place. I don't want to avoid them, but I don't want to come to them with a critical, doubtful, resistant lens. I'm just so over that. I'm ready to be buddies with all my numbers, you know? So yeah, so the song is really helping me. Man, I had so many, you know, could relate to so much of what everybody was saying. Oh, well, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Share a couple of pretty big wins that we had around here. Day 1 of the money game, my husband got a job.
Woohoo!
Yeah, amazing. And
is it in accounting?
No. So accounting has always been his should job, his zone of excellence job. But really what he likes to do is cook. He's a chef. He's a trained chef, and he cooks for us. He shops and cooks for us, and he's, you know, that's something that fell off when we had the accident, right? So I had to like step in and try my hand at it. But he's been doing really well with taking on responsibilities around here, including all the cooking and shopping again. And it's been amazing. So this job, and the reason I haven't posted anywhere about it, is because it's not one of those pure wins where it's like all good and great and fabulous. It's actually potentially very destabilizing for our family, because if he goes to this job, it could totally tank his energy. So today, he started today. He's there now.
Hmm.
So, but 8 hours at a job, it's like 8 to
Ah.
4, could completely take his energy, and he could have nothing left for us. And another thing is that we have a little bit of support, of financial support, coming from the state. Before you get disability, they manage to give you a little bit of support for me taking care of him. So I like have a W-2 from this company, and that could potentially go away.
Right.
So what we're hoping to do is pause that, see if this works for him and us, get him acclimated to it, you know, because we're not going to know in the first week. In the first week, I'm just planning on him being, you know, toast at the end of the day. Yeah. But if you can acclimate him for 3 or 4 weeks, then we can let go of the other support. What I don't want to happen is the other support stops, he goes to the job, he hates it or it doesn't work, and now we have
Right.
less.
Right.
So it's one of these wins where it's like it's the opening of a win, and it's like we got to just move through it gently, slowly, and very like connected, to see all the pieces. So that's a really big deal. Also, what else happened on Wednesday? Oh, my mother-in-law, who's living with us here, she is at a job interview actually in the next 15 minutes. So she moved in with us and didn't know where her financial support would come from, but she, you know, intends to contribute. So that could be great too. And there's something else that happened. Oh man, what else was that happened? I don't know. But it's been a week of good things uncovered. And so yeah, I'm right in the winds there, but I'm keeping my eyes open, keeping my groundedness. And the song is definitely helping me with that too, because it's allowing me not to get attached to any one thing going very well. Gosh, I can't remember what that other win was right now.
Keep talking and don't think about it. It'll come to you.
Okay. Oh, okay. So I want to declare my numbers here. I want to say them out loud. I brought myself to post about them a few times and didn't. And so really my numbers feel so much smaller than last round. As I was sharing with you guys last time, and so it feels weird, but they're so much more grounded because I've done all the spreadsheet mix. You know, they're not just numbers to get me excited. These are really what would fill me.
These are doable.
Well, they're doable.
They're
and
more than doable. They're really fulfilling.
They're fulfilling. And I'm still shocked, and I still have self-consciousness around smaller numbers. Isn't that weird? I never like thought that. But really my break-even number is $3,500 a month. If I can even out those ups and downs and just easily move 3,500 from my business to my personal bank account, I can't believe that's all it takes. You know, it feels so manageable. And then my woohoo happy number, living high, is 7,000, which actually is interesting because it's been a goal for a long time. So that would fill my wealth building accounts. That would help us get to our home more reasonably, which we just got a notice that not only do we not sign a lease we're not re-signing a lease to continue with this home in August, but we got to notice that it's not an option. Our landlords, because we did have a lawsuit against them last year.
Oh, they're saying goodbye to you.
Right. They're not allowing us to re-sign a lease.
It's okay. You're
That's
done.
okay. That's okay. Yeah, we're totally done. But it's just interesting how that decision was made a month earlier than we needed to let them know, and so now it's like, it's for sure right now that we're moving.
This is good.
Thank
This is
you
that when
for
you're
the
stepping into
reflection.
the unknown and you have to, this is the universe saying you are moving.
We are moving.
Whether you buy or whatever, you are meant to. You are done with this karma and all this. This is good. This is really good.
Thank you. I really appreciate that reflection, because it feels like, well, I guess there's a smidge of like, they broke up with us before we could break up with them, but I am noticing how it is happening a month earlier. We wouldn't have told them until the last day because we wouldn't want any drama. So, but now I'm like looking around at like packing up already and, moving on. And it's amazing how I'm actually getting one more month of this get up and go energy. So that's feeling okay. I'll say okay right now. It's a mix right now, but yeah, that's happening. And so my wow blow me out of the water number is 11,000 a month. That would just be, I would have to figure out new places to put the money. I mean, our house for sure would be a huge place we would put it, but I would have to like figure out, what to do with that money. I don't have a total plan for $11,000 a month, which is great. Now I'm keeping my 20 hours a week goal from last year, because that's feeling really good. I'm definitely closer to that. And I'm keeping in mind this thing that Tammy Parker, who's on the game here, told me, which is really you have great focused energy for 4 hours a day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm sort of starting to look at my schedule and definitely waking up in the morning saying, how am I going to use my 4 hours of focused work energy? Of course, I have a couple clients in there, so that's a couple hours, but like, what's most important to do today with those other couple hours? So that's feeling really, really good too, and giving me a lot of permission to relax the rest of the time. And it's not perfect. It's, I still work longer days, but I actually had one of my favorite days in a long time was last Thursday, and I had some kind of commitment from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. I was speaking at night, and so but that was one of my favorite days ever. So I think that's because of mainly having the 4-hour days, that when an 8-hour day shows up and it's all fun stuff, it feels really good instead of
a little bit. Okay.
consistently always being, 12-hour days. So
May I comment on your numbers
yeah.
and your energy? That just, it feels so solid, grounded, realistic, exciting. They're not usual, but it doesn't matter because they work for you now, and you can relax into them and they can happen. You can breathe.
Yes. I mean, it's so funny because I was all lit up about my 20K a month and 20 hours last year. That lit me up and it got me going. And you know what? It allowed me to set the business up so it could handle 20K in 20 hours a month. That could happen one month. Again,
it could happen here too.
It totally could. And really, I may need a couple of 20K months because we're doing this, right? But still bringing 11,000 over from my business, that could happen on a 20K month, right? I could also just bring 3,500. Might be expensive.
It's the stability.
So the numbers that you're talking about are what you're taking home, not what your business is making.
Correct.
Got it.
that's a really great distinguishing. I need to double check that with the 7K and the 11,000, but the 3,500 is a personal take home floor, you know?
You get to draw.
Yeah. So, yeah, it feels really, really good to get all this settled. And yeah, so much more grounded and still feels full, you know? So, yeah.
And so do you have clarity on what that means as far as what your business needs to make for you to be able to bring that home?
I do, because of Leandra's program, I do.
Okay.
And I will say, oh wait, I can't minimize. I will say, like, in this moment, I forget if that's a revenue goal, or I forget if the top two are revenue goals or take home goals, you know? Because I got to still look at my spreadsheets. It's all new patterns that are going on. So is that, I don't know. They might be revenue goals, which sounds even easier, right?
The reason why I ask is I mean, those are the kinds of numbers that I would like to create, like with my business, with some sort of clarity. And I don't know how to do that. And I would like to work with somebody who can just look at what I've got. And I don't know, maybe, I don't know if Justin's still able to do accounting stuff at the moment, but him or somebody, like, I need help with being able to come up with those hard numbers. So they
I
don't
would go to Tammy and Leandra. Really helped me
Okay.
last year, and Leandra has a specific pricing calculator, so that you might be able to plug in, you know, how many of this would it take, and what would your price have to be, and that kind of thing.
Okay. Would you just message me with
Sure.
with who you recommend I talk to about that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be great.
She's here on the game, so yeah. You will get to know her. Yeah. Awesome. Well, thank you so much for all the reflections. Oh yeah, we have just a couple minutes left. So what I like to do to close it out is just offer a declare. So if something shifted on this call or today, like Teresa thinking about your mom this morning, you know, you have a chance here to just settle into what's up right now that you would like to declare for yourself for any amount of time you want. You could declare something for today, declare something for the next week or weekend, or you could say from now forward, this is what I shall say.
Can you all hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so I declare peace and prosperity.
Woo, yes. Two beautiful words.
Peace. Yes, peace.
Yes. I declare peace and prosperity.
Thank you.
Thank you, Teresa.
This has been amazing. I'm so glad I tapped in.
Me too. Me too.
I think I'll declare two things. One, I'm going to open one piece of mail that I don't feel like opening every day and deal with it. So
Today?
well, I already opened one today, but I might open more than one, but I'm going to commit to opening one because that's more than what I've been doing each day and actually dealing with it. So, and then the other piece, the more fun declaration is I decided yesterday, I've been pondering doing a solo for my 44th birthday, because I did one for my 40th, and I am ready for this transition that's been going on for 4 years too. I'd like to just move
Bookend
on
it,
to the next
right?
part.
Yes.
I'm ready for the
Close
next
the
phase.
chapter.
So I'm going to go on the river March 12th through 27th. I've decided. And I'm going to be one of the therapists is a rite of passage facilitator. And so I asked her yesterday to help me with just coming up with a clear intention. And she's talking about bringing it into like a mythopoetic story.
Yeah.
And so so that's the thing I'm declaring, the more fun thing than opening mail. But
Amazing.
I'm going to do a solo from March 12th through 27th on the river in Utah with my dog, and with a very clear ceremony all the way through to thank this last 4 years for all of the wisdom, and close the chapter of that and open a new chapter. It's time.
Ooh. Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
So
Feels great.
also, just quickly, Catherine, I would like to just set up a one-on-one call with you to talk about your summit with nature spirits and unicorns and
Oh, excellent.
all that. Yeah,
Love
I think we have stuff to talk about. But
Amanda, can
another
you
time.
give us share our contacts?
Yeah. And you
Yeah.
can connect with each other through the Facebook group too.
Okay.
You can message each other.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Lauren. I would appreciate that. Be fun
Great.
both ways.
Cool.
Yeah. It's a great connection, you two.
That's it.
Thank you.
I'll have one.
Not have one?
Mm-mm. No, I'm not. I asked my businesswoman professional. She wanted to declare that she's part of the game yet, and she wants to talk to me first.
Nice. Great. I like that.
So.
Okay. I feel like I have a lot of declarative energy and I have no words. So I guess I just declare that I'm enjoying so deeply this pleasurable energy that I'm feeling.
Mm.
And that feels so good. And actually, what came up for me in our check-in that wanted to be shared was that actually my pain, the physical pain I'm in wanted to be shared. And I'm just having a little womanly cycle pain, but it wanted to be shared and I never shared it. And now what's coming up for me is pleasure. And I really appreciate that. I appreciate that there's both and that there's the range. So just declare that.
Bye, everybody. I gotta run. Gotta just take
Bye.
care of something. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you. All right, we are off to our day. I'll say goodbye to those listening to the recording as well. And we'll see everybody soon.
See you soon.
Bye.
Bye.